Welcome, everybody. This is day 3. This is Championship Saturday out here at La Mirada. The La Mirada Open 2016 is the inaugural event of the Disc Golf World Tour. We're sitting out here on the tee of hole 10. We have a little bonus coverage for you guys. We're watching some of the groups play through. Soon to approach the tee will be the third card, followed by the chase card, and then our leader card, which we will follow for the entire back 9. Approaching the tee here, we have Philo, Brathwaite, Paul Ulibarri, Will Schustrick, and Jeremy Koling. They're going to bring up the third card. If you guys want to see how their front 9 has gone, including all of their metrics breakdown, you can go to discgolfworldtour.com/live. I am your host, Jamie Thomas, and as always, joined alongside me by my co-commentator, Avery Jenkins. How you feeling today, Avery? We're a little drier than yesterday.
Yeah, feeling great, excited, just feeling the energy and vibe that La Mirada Disc Golf Course is producing right now. The best players in the world playing on a world-class venue, and looking forward to an awesome battle today.
As he said, the sun is out. The atmosphere is electric. We have a great gallery predominantly following the lead card so far. We're very excited to see people tuning in live from around the world, as well as showing up live and in person to see some disc golf being played. The way it started out, Paul McBeth has never not led in this tournament. The leader in the clubhouse both days. He extended his lead going into today with some solid play in the rainy conditions. But anything can happen on Championship Saturday. Avery, you're no stranger to that, being a longtime player on the tour. What can you say about going into Championship Saturday and just having a rabbit to catch?
Right, when we're talking about that rabbit, we're talking Paul McBeth. He's out to a 5-stroke lead over Simon Lizotte, Ricky Wasaki, and KJ Naibo. So strong competition all in all. But coming in here, the last day, the final round, the third round, very heavily weighted percentage-wise, only 54 holes in this tournament. Coming in his last 18 holes, the pressure's on. I saw McBeth this morning look very composed and very patient, but he goes in here, he's a tiger out here. He plays very well in all conditions, and this being basically his backyard in Southern California, La Mirada, a past Southern California champion here at this course, and I look forward to play well and really looking forward to this battle today.
And we're about to show you on the tee some bonus coverage. This is the third card, again featuring Will Schustrick, Jeremy Koling, Paul Ulibarri, and Philo Brathwaite. Looks like first up on the tee will be Will Schustrick on a very birdieable hole 10.
He took it out wide around the tree with the big hyzer. Didn't anticipate the crosswind from the right to left. Sail left about 45 feet.
Again, the same right to left crosswind that was playing yesterday. See how Big Germ attacks this.
Looks like he may went through the tree, kind of shortcut, sawed off, short, about circle's edge.
Paul Ulibarri will be next on the tee. And Paul Ulibarri plays a very nice hyzer, pin high out to the right just a bit, but that should line him up for a nice putt for birdie. And here is your 2016 Gentlemen's Club Challenge champion, Philo Brathwaite, fourth to tee. And Philo gets rejected by the tree on the hyzer. Didn't quite get it high and wide enough. It's a very thin line between getting caught up by that tree and getting it far enough around to not be thrown out of bounds. And as this card heads towards the green of this hole, let's bring up Will Schustrick's metrics so far. Avery, as the audience is looking at Will Schustrick's metrics here, tell them about what the different stats are on our disc golf metric system.
So as we look at the metrics this year, we have added new player stats, which is going to revolutionize the sport in the way you visualize and view the disc golf action. Obviously, you can see it on tape, on live coverage, but to look at the numbers and see how this player produced that certain score. First, we have greens, hits, greens in regulation, like in traditional golf, where it's the player on a par 3 reaches the green in one shot, or on a par 4 reaching in the first or second shot, going for an eagle or birdie. Just getting on the putting surface, getting within that 10-meter circle, and giving you a chance for a lower score and a birdie in most cases. Second, we have inside the circle putts, ICP. That'll be all putts made within the 10-meter circle. That's our green in disc golf. Outside the circle putts, those are putts made outside the 10-meter circle. First day saw some long-range putts, 40, 50, 60 footers out here, especially from the world's best. It's great to see. And the fourth stat would be penalty strokes. All strokes that contribute to it outside the boundaries and out-of-bounds shots. All penalties recorded and tabulated into the final score, which gives you the outcome of the player's final score round.
You can also see on these metrics cards, you can see the breakdown, how many eagles, pars, bogeys, and so on and so forth. So you get a much better idea of not only the raw number, but how the players got to that score. And again, we are on some bonus coverage here. We're watching the third card play hole 10. Soon the chase card will approach, and the chase card is very much in striking distance of that lead card. Let's check out let's check the scores so far, courtesy of discgolfworldtour.com. Make sure you've logged in. Make sure you have an account. It's free. Ooh, Jeremy Colling hitting a very nice putt outside the circle right there. And what do you see, Avery, on this live scoring app?
Right now, Will Schustrick's making a huge move right now. He's 6 through the first 9. 6 under, making a move. He's within 4 strokes of Paul McBeth, currently in the lead. Will Schustrick jumps ahead of Bobby Music and Simon Lizotte. And right now, Ricky's struggling a little bit, only 1 under on the front 9. Felber making a move at 3 under. And Nate Doss starting just like he did before. He's 5 under on the front 9.
After struggling a little bit on the back 9 of the first round, Nate has had a solid second day and appears poised to do the same thing today. And we see the chase card is approaching the tee. The chase card, of course, is Devin Owens, Dave Feldberg, Bobby Music, and Dana Vici. And again, this is bonus coverage, guys. We're so thankful that you joined us out here on Spin TV. Again, I'm your host, Jamie Thomas, alongside Avery Jenkins, bringing you Championship Saturday at the 2016 Mirada Open, the inaugural Disc Golf World Tour event. Take a quick moment to give some props to one of our big sponsors. You can't go anywhere without seeing them in the sport, Innova Champion Discs. First sponsor we want to give so much thanks to. They've put up not only great things for the sport of disc golf in general, but specifically for the World Tour, helping create signature molds to fundraise so that we can bring you not only the world's best disc golfers to the same tournament, but also bring you this live coverage. So Innova Champion Disc, thank you so much for everything you've done for disc golf and for the Disc Golf World Tour. Once again, waiting on the tee of 10. The chase card is coming. And Avery, when you have a beautiful day like this, the wind's not up too much, and it's really scoreable. You just read off some guys that are really just putting them together. What is that the mentality that you have to have when the conditions set up so nicely?
Absolutely. There's a learning curve to playing this course. Not only the first or second round, but when you're playing it for the third time, you're capitalizing on some of the mistakes you made the first couple rounds. And out here it is scoreable. It's ideal for scoring today. Light winds, Beautiful weather, great temperature, and this is just another beautiful Southern California day, and there's a lot going on, and we can make this happen. We're glad to be here for the live coverage, and this is the place to be right now.
And Philo hitting a nice putt there on hole 10. Checking out some of the live scores. The leaderboard is up, and this is how it's breaking down so far. You're going to see some guys taking advantage of the conditions, just like Avery's saying. You have to be in attack mode, especially with only 3 rounds. These guys are used to playing 4-round tournaments, sometimes even more when you get up to the World Championship level. But with only 3 rounds in an event, each hole means so much more. Once again, if you guys are just tuning in, this is the inaugural Disc Golf World Tour event here at the beautiful La Mirada. We are with the chase card. A little bonus coverage for you guys. Bobby Music looking to tee off first, the local legend. Let's see how he attacks hole 10.
Wow, that went inside, tight side, early release, got over the trees, finished inside the circle, got very fortunate on that.
Next up on the tee, Dana Vici.
Absolutely stuck it. That was a perfect shot, perfect line, perfect height, right under the basket.
And here's your 2008 PDGA World Champion, Dave Feldberg on the tee, a very experienced player. And his disc seemed to skip off of that OB culvert, which is deep of the basket, but it looks like he's back in bounds. The right to left wind to thank for that one. He'll have a long look for birdie. Devin Owens, the lefty hyzer, hits the tree.
Yeah, he's taking the lefty option. It's the more high percentage option, in my opinion, but just hung it out a little farther left with the mid-range and unfortunately hit that tree limb.
I'm going to walk down the fairway a bit here with the chase card. We're going to bring up the metrics for Dana Vici. And again, if you guys are just joining us, our 4 metrics, the major 4 metric statistics that we are calculating this weekend and at all Disc Golf World Tour events, start with inside the circle putting. You'll be able to see that expressed as a percentage. Once the player lands inside the circle, how many of the attempts do they make? Obviously 100 being perfect. We're also calculating their outside the circle putts, such as the one that Devin Owens will have, an attempt for birdie. He's been on fire with the putter all weekend, so we can always expect to have him at least have a good look at the basket. And then you want something like greens hit. Dana Vici will score a green hit with a very nice drive, the hyzer off the tee, inside the 10-meter circle, putting for birdie or better, scores a green hit. And finally, you can see where penalty strokes occur. If that bogey or double bogey, or even if that par save is due to a penalty or due to a natural. Again, that's the Disc Golf metric system that will be available at all Disc Golf World Tour events from now until the end of the tour. And you can find all that on www.discgolfworldtour.com.
So currently Dana Vici on the first 9 holes. He has 6 green hits, birdied 3 of the last 4. Unfortunately took a double bogey on hole 7. He's 2 down for the round. Struggling with the putter a little bit today. Had a couple 2-putts in there, but all over. He's 8th place currently. The player that's making the move on the chase car right now is Bobby Music. He's currently 5 under par and only 3 strokes back of the lead as Macbeth bogeyed hole 8. Only at 17 under par, even for the round.
And what do you expect? What kind of scores can we expect to see? What do you guess that the hot round will be out here today?
After watching the first round scores, double digits is what you're going for. Watching Lizotte come in with 10 down, Macbeth come in later on with 11 down, and ideal scoring weather, temperature, wind. This is ideal conditions overall, and I see players, you want to go double digits during this final round. Macbeth off to a very slow start, and this back 9 is very scoreable, so we could see some moves back here.
I'm sure he isn't very happy about being only even through 8, but I can tell you that it will make for a more interesting live broadcast, which is what we hope to bring to you guys: the best action in disc golf, the best players in the world on one of the most beautiful courses and historic courses in the world. It is La Mirada. And again, we are here. If you guys are just joining us, I'm Jamie Thomas, your host from Spin TV. Avery Jenkins, my good friend and the 2009 PDGA World Champion, my co-commentator. We are waiting for the lead card. We can see they may be coming through 9 very shortly here. We're going to position ourselves up on hole 10, and we're going to follow that lead card through the rest of their round all the way up to the crowning moment. And
Disc Golf Park, a natural way to create sports facilities. One of the world's fastest growing sports, disc golf offers a fun and athletic experience for people of all ages, no matter their performance level. It is an activity the whole family can enjoy and easy to learn. Disc Golf Park is an overall concept for establishing a safe, highly functional, and diverse disc golf course. A professionally designed course comes complete with disc catcher baskets, throwing pads, and a signage system. Constructing a 9-hole disc golf course requires only about 10 acres of land and can be completed within a few months. Designing a disc golf course calls for a professional. An experienced course designer adds real value to the project while considering the needs of all the parties involved. Disc Golf Park offers a complete sports facility where people are able to engage in the sport on their own. On-course safety is ensured by throwing pads and an effective signage system. A disc golf course can be established practically anywhere: in a park, next to a school, in an outdoor recreation area, or in the woods. The cost of establishing a disc golf course is only a fraction of the cost of many other sports facilities. Best of all, a disc golf course can be built with minimum environmental impact. Disc Golf Park, a natural way to create sports facilities.
It's not a popularity contest. It's not about having the greatest season in history. It's not about shoe deals, grand slams, or breaking records. It's about knowing that every king's reign comes to an end. And looking into his eyes as he surrenders his throne.
And welcome back. We are here at La Mirada Disc Golf Course. This is the 2016 La Mirada Open, the inaugural event of the Disc Golf World Tour. I'm your host, Jamie Thomas. We're so happy you could join us for Championship Saturday. Alongside of me is my co-commentator, the 2009 PDGA World Champion, Avery Jenkins. And we are waiting here on hole 10. The lead card is about to approach, and we're going to follow them in all the way up to the moment where we crown the first champion of the inaugural Disc Golf World Tour event. But first, Avery caught up with Paul McBeth this morning to talk to him before his round. Here's what he had to say.
Here we are with the leader in the clubhouse, leading by 5 strokes, Paul McBeth. What's your game plan today, and how do you plan to attack the course?
Like you said, attack it. You know, I have a few stroke leads. I know I usually let those go, so I'm definitely going to attack the course and, you know, try to play solid out there and not worry about the other guys.
So La Mirada Open, prestigious event. It's been 38 years. 40th anniversary of La Mirada, first World Tour event. What's it going to mean to win this tournament?
It's huge. I mean, it's right down the street from my house. I mean, I'm like 30 minutes from here. So coming out here is always, you know, it's always fun, but, you know, having a big event like this, the Disc Golf World Tour, and, you know, it's going to be a staple for a long time to come. So winning the first one's a big deal.
Absolutely. So here we are, the World Tour event, 2016. Paul McBeth leading by 5 strokes, going to the final round.
And Paul McBeth ready to do battle today, ready to have an aggressive game plan in place to continue his reign of dominance over the sport. Next up, somebody that you're very familiar with, the world distance record holder, the gunner from Germany himself. Here's Simon Lizotte and how he plans to attack the course on Championship Saturday.
2016 Disc Golf World Tour La Mirada Open. I'm here with Simon Lizotte, known as a very aggressive player. What's your game plan today?
Definitely less aggressive than people are used to, because over the winter I grew up, and now I'm playing real smart.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. So to get pumped up for these rounds, to get geared up, to get mentally set, what do you listen to before a round like this?
I found a new favorite song last night, actually. It's called I Took a Pill in Ibiza, and that's gonna put me in the mood today. But usually it's Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine.
Just getting pumped out here, folks. Look forward to the event. Look forward to this final round. 5 strokes back. Simon, bring it. Bring it. Good luck.
Thank you.
And that was Simon talking about making a move on Championship Saturday. Now next, showing the international global effect, KJ Nybo with the interview before the round.
Comment about what hockey and then you
And as we see KJ, what stands out most to you about his game?
He's a very consistent player, but a very conservative player as well. Absolutely phenomenal to watch. He's a golfer through and through, a sportsman, and a good friend of mine. It's great to see him playing so well this weekend. Absolutely a great putter, great driver, very consistent. And to see him travel as much as he does, playing the Memorial last weekend to the World Tour this weekend, it's great to have him on the lead card.
And finally, bringing up the lead card is Ricky Wasaki, someone you know very well from back home in Ohio. Now he hails from Fort Mill, South Carolina. What can you tell us about Ricky's game?
Ricky's a very aggressive player. Phenomenal backhand, phenomenal sidearm. As of yesterday, he was 100% inside the putting circle percentage, and absolutely killing it out here. He's definitely a favorite going in the World Tour, second-ranked World Tour player, and he's a threat in every tournament he plays. And
And we're here with the lead card, who is ready to tee off on hole 10. So if you're ready, we're ready. Let's see some disc golf. Here on the tee, Ricky Wasaki.
that was a sawed-off hyzer. Inside, it does catch circle's edge about 30 feet short left.
You hear the great gallery out here following the lead card. There's KJ Nybo, known for his preparation and his dedication to the game. The 10-time Danish champion is next to tee.
A spike left side about 20 feet from the basket. Hole 10 playing is one of the easier holes on the back nine configuration. 371 downhill. Most players taking the high percentage shot out right around the tree back to the basket.
Simon Ozot lining up the same hyzer.
Absolutely perfect as his disc hits 2 feet short and curls the pin. Perfection.
The crowd loves it, and that will get him a green hit on hole 10. And bringing up the fourth to tee, you know him, you love him, Paul Macbeth.
Champion monster out around right side. Big hyzer spikes it 4 feet from the basket. Absolutely perfect.
Can't do it too much better than that, as Simon and Paul will record a green hit on hole 10. When we talk about green hits, we're talking about the disc golf metric system we're using on the Disc Golf World Tour. Welcome in. If you're just joining us, this is Championship Saturday. It's the 2016 La Mirada Open out here on the Disc Golf World Tour. It's our inaugural event. I'm Jamie Thomas alongside Avery Jenkins, and we're so happy that you guys could join us on this absolutely beautiful day. You wouldn't even know it was storming yesterday. And we are on here's the leaderboard. Here's how things are shaping up so far. Checking out Paul holding to a little slimmer lead than he started with.
Currently, Paul's in the lead by 2 strokes. Bobby Music is 7 down through the first 11 holes with a huge birdie on 11. One of the hardest to birdie holes out here. He's really making a charge late in the rounds here.
And as we approach the green here, we will have a couple people outside the circle looking to range a birdie putt. We'll wait to see if Ricky or KJ will go first. It appears to be KJ Nybo will be the first to attempt the putt and grab the birdie here on hole 10.
Sticks it high left side, putt falls.
Here goes Ricky, and it does appear that all 4 of the players were inside the circle off of the tee, all recording a green hit, looking to pad their inside the circle putting percentage.
Absolutely perfect. Lifter, dead center chains.
And these 2 putts should be routine for Paul and Simon. battling it out here on hole 10 with 8 to play at La Mirada. We're going on to hole 11. Avery, tell us a little bit about this hole.
First off, hole 11, playing 410, slightly uphill, low ceiling. By far the hardest to birdie hole on this entire course, and one of the most difficult par threes you'll ever see in the game. Playing very challenging, uphill, low ceiling is a very critical shot to hit, and just saw it birdied by Bobby Music to move it within 2 strokes of Macbeth.
Hole 11 is one of the only holes out here that doesn't feature any out of bounds. So you really have the leeway to be aggressive off of the tee, as all these players are. Like Avery's saying, that hallway is quite tight and uphill. So it's a very technical shot from the tee, which has been pushed back a little bit from the typical tee on the back 18. As our players get their scores in here, see Austin Montgomery, co-course designer, helping take scores and marshal this lead group. Thank him for all his hard work. Ricky Wasaki once again, first to tee.
As we talk, many of the players do play the up the gut, up the hill through the low ceiling. But see these leaders, these farther throwers may take it out wide left with a big, huge turnover up the hill just to get out in the fairway.
Catches edge on the roll, looking for it to cut back towards the pin. The gallery approves. Next up, KJ Nybo.
KJ opting for the up the gut, air shot, drive. Crowd approves. They're clapping in the long.
Simon Lazat looks to be changing his strategy from yesterday. The first 2 days he went out and around with the big Annie. Oh, maybe not. He thought about it. He's lining up the Anheuser.
Again, much like he's done during the first round, clipping that outside tree, lands him about halfway down the fairway.
Paul Macbeth looking like he's lining up that Anheuser shot as well.
Macbeth with a beautiful outside shot, looking to curl the pin. Gallery's clapping. He extends his lead to 3 after the last birdie on 10.
As we walk up the fairway here, we'll take another moment to give due credit to some of the people. We're going to give credit to West Coast Disc Golf. West Coast Disc Golf Pro Shop, owned and operated by Jeff Spohr and Ryan Spohr out here. If you ever come out to La Mirada, please come by. They do such a great job. They've got discs in stock. They've got all the snacks for your round. And more importantly, they have done so much for this event. And here is Paul Macbeth's metrics card. We see our leader in the clubhouse right now.
Macbeth off to a slow start. 4 birdies and 2 bogeys. Only 2 down for the round. That's keeping the other competitors really close, as Bobby Music and Will Schuster are making a move.
Simon taking the putter up shot, skipping it right to the pin. That should be an easy free. Again, all of our competitors out here playing on the Disc Golf World Tour. This is the inaugural event. Please go online to www.discgolfworldtour.com. Create your profile. It is free. You get to follow all of the live scoring and live metrics, as well as have some bonus coverage, as some of you guys may have figured out. Bonus play-by-play coverage from yesterday. Ricky Wasaki running a putt from way outside the circle.
Yeah, he's a threat from anywhere. If he can see the basket, he's probably going to give it a run.
Next up, Paul McBeth landing a little bit short, looking to grab a outside the circle putt himself. Leaving it a little low, didn't really give it a chance there.
Like I said, it's the hardest hole in the course. Playing is the hardest hole in the course score-wise. And outside the circle putt with a little crosswind breeze coming through, made for a difficult putt.
KJ, who took the traditional route, the hyzer up the hallway, looking to grab a birdie and a stroke on his card mates. Wind's playing havoc with the putters a little bit on this hole. That's the second one in a row to leave low.
Absolutely. It was tough to read that. A crosswind, slight breeze, trying to keep the putter flat so it's less affected by that wind. It seems it's dropping out easily, and he couldn't capitalize on that last putt.
Ricky Wasaki cleaning up the easy birdie, grabbing a stroke from the entirety of the rest of the card. So these guys here should tap in for pars, no problem. At least there were no bogeys on the hardest hole on the course. And now we go to one of my favorite holes on the course, a beautiful par 3, hole 12. Avery, what you got for us?
Absolutely beautiful hole. Hole 12 sloping slightly downhill. Basket location underneath these beautiful blooming flowering trees. Very hard to gauge the speed. That's the difficulty of this hole. Downhill, low ceiling, OB long. A lot of players that are opting to throw the mid-range are checking it up short, letting it feed down the hill and keeping it close to the basket. Lefties taking it out around left side, trying to play the backdoor hyzer.
Again, this is hole 12. La Mirada gold layout, a special layout. Throwing back to the history of this course, being the second course ever put in the ground here in the United States, and harkens back to some of the classic Golden State layouts that were used in some national tour events about a decade ago, but modified just a little bit to try to challenge these competitors in their skill levels today.
Yeah, it's a historic event for that reason. Second oldest, second course to ever be permanently installed in 1976. This year is going to celebrate its 40th anniversary, and to be part of this tournament, part of this event, and with this venue included, just makes it extra special for the players taking part in this event.
And Ricky looks to be lining up a forehand. He will be first on the box. He's birdied 2 in a row so far in the back 9. Maybe changing to a backhand here. As Avery was saying, many different routes you can attack, but it is a dangerous green, so controlling the speed of your disc upon landing is the most crucial element if you want to master hole 12. Getting a little bit of a tickle off the tree. Stayed hyzer pretty much the whole way. He's going to be out left of the pin.
You can tell by the slow flight of that disc. That was a mid-range, floating, sawed it off a little bit inside left, carried down the hill. Not ideally what he was looking for.
Next on the tee, KJ Nybo. Turned over and short a little bit. We saw him do this on hole 1 when he teed off as well.
Yeah, it looks like he pulled that shot outside wide right, just never gave it to height. Tailwind could have actually punished that disc down to the ground.
And Simon Mazat, who has had this hole dialed, this is probably actually the furthest he's been from the pin off the tee, but it's still the best shot so far.
Yeah, first 2 rounds, he actually got a green hit, placed it inside the circle on both the first rounds. That, tried to play with the height, could have been knocked down by the wind, lands it short just outside the circle.
Paul McBeth opting for the forehand.
Tombstone, absolute dagger. He took the high percentage shot outside wide left with a big forehand, sitting about 12 feet from the basket, and the birdie was sitting on the cage, just flew away.
I wonder whose name that is that's sitting on that disc he just threw right there.
He knows what disc to throw. Over the years, I've given some really choice AJ Star Destroyers, and I'm glad he's still using those.
Here's a quick check of the scores. We're on the 3rd hole on the back 9. Again, Paul McBeth staying in the lead. He took the lead early in this tournament and has yet to surrender it, but some locals creeping up on him very quick.
Bobby Music at 7 down through first 12 holes, currently sitting 3 back. Ricky Wasaki also making a move, sitting 4 down for the round with a total score of 15, 4 strokes back.
And KJ Nybo approaching his upshot. And when you leave it short on this hole, you still have to deal with that tricky green.
Yeah, it's not a shot he's going to run at this point. Low ceiling, downhill. He's just going to lay it up. Smart play. You got 7 holes to go. No time to chink a chance like that.
Good speed on that upshot. Puts it right next to the basket. Inside that confidence ring. Ooh, and Simon running one over the limb.
I think he's going for a trick shot, folks. Known for being a disc golf phenom, is also known for being one of the best trick shot disc athletes in the world. Very difficult putt, about 35, 37 feet. Had to give it a chance, got to make a move.
He did not want to lose a stroke to Paul McBeth there. But Ricky Wasaki, who's been hot on the back 9 so far, for birdie.
Weak side left, splash out left. Ricky, known for being one of the best putters in the world, just left that hanging, didn't commit to the putt.
Not an easy putt by any stretch, but a good solid bid at it. And Simon here will have a tester putt. He needs to save par right here with the holes running out here at the Mirada Open. He doesn't want to lose 2 strokes to Paul.
Same thing, weak side left, high chain, splash out.
Paul McBeth should grab a birdie here. Center of the heart of the basket. Can't do any better than that.
As McBeth extends his lead to 4 strokes.
Ricky and KJ will par this hole. Simon will have to settle for a bogey. And we're going to move into position on the very dangerous Island par 4. We'll be right back with you for more disc golf after these messages. And welcome back here. It is Championship Saturday at the 2016 La Mirada Open. Currently, Paul Macbeth has a 4-stroke lead as we are sitting on the tee of hole 13. Let's get right to the action on the Disc Golf World Tour. You see Ricky's waiting right here. Hole 13, the chase card, which has Bobby Music hot on the heels. Where are we sitting at right now, Avery?
So right now, like you said, Paul Macbeth with a 4-stroke lead on Bobby Music and a 5-stroke lead on Ricky Wasaki. And extends a 3-stroke lead on Bobby Music, 4-stroke lead on Wasaki, and a 5-stroke lead on Lazat. As we look at hole 13, par 4, 643, slight downhill, very difficult fairway. Got a cement culvert running through it. You want to stay on the left side. Everything right side of that culvert is out of bounds. You want to fire a shot as far as you possibly can down the left side fairway, keeping it in bounds, set yourself up for a second shot to the teardropped island green. Very difficult, OB, 5 feet short and 5 feet long. See most players go for it on their second shot. If they do stay in bounds, they can get the birdie. Other than that, if they do blast it out the backside, they take their meter relief in to get their par.
Like you're saying, one of the smallest island greens, one of the most technical and difficult upshots you'll find in disc golf. This hole is a scoring separator on this back nine, and the first in a series of 3 par 4s that bring up the middle 3 of the back nine. We're currently waiting once again. If you're just joining us, this is the 2016 La Mirada Open. This is the chase card. Walking up the fairway. It's a beautiful day out here, Avery. Much better than we had yesterday.
Absolutely beautiful. Sun is out. Light winds, mid-60s. It's disc golf in paradise here in Southern California. At this time yesterday, we were huddled under an umbrella. Very cold, very chilly. And it's just great to have this typical wintertime Southern California weather. To be out here watching some awesome disc golf action at the 2016 Disc Golf World Tour.
And the scores so far are much, much further under par than they were yesterday. Obviously, the elements having a large factor in that. Take a moment to shout out ways you can follow us on social media and online. www.discgolfworldtour.com is where you can go and make a profile for free. Free, $0. Check it out. You're going to get all the live scoring, the live metrics from your favorite players. All you have to do is see the leaderboard, click on them, and you can see the breakdown of their round. They're inside the circle putts, they're outside the circle putts, their penalties. You can see their player profiles. You can follow them throughout the year and see how they're doing and how they stack up against the rest of the field. Also, our hashtags for this weekend are hashtag DGWT for Disc Golf World Tour and hashtag La Mirada Open. If you guys are having a watch party out there, big TVs, mobile phones on the bus, no matter how you're tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Give us a shout out, use the hashtags, let us know what's going on, and we'll try to check it out and see who has the best looking party. We need to turn this into a party at home. And finally, let's give another shout out to one of our sponsors, Dude Clothing. Dude Clothing, making some of the greatest threads in disc golf, what we're all represented by here. Got the polo, got the hat. Dude Clothing out of Australia. Chris Fenn, thank you for everything you're doing for the Disc Golf World Tour. Guys, support Dude Clothing and the Disc Golf World Tour, and we thank you so much. And we're going to see, looks like we're just about ready. Got the green flag from the spotter. Let's check out some more disc golf action. Paul McBeth going aggressive off the tee. He needs it to hook up. This headwind just turned Paul's disc over, and it did not make it back in bounds. And this is an opportunity. This is the window that some of these competitors need.
Yeah, he didn't account for the headwind. There's a slight breeze coming through here. Hammered the shot to the right, counting on the disc to finish back. Just never did.
And Ricky Wasaki has thrown a very nice shot, kept it on hyzer, inbounds, green flag. Next up to tee is KJ Naibo.
KJ, a little slip, seemed to pull it and yank it right side. Luckily enough, he threw an overstable disc that finished left side back in bounds in the fairway.
Speaking of overstable discs, somebody who's known for needing the most overstable discs because of his power level, Simon Lizotte, looking to capitalize.
Absolutely unleashes on the shot. Very overstable driver. Finishes left into the tree limbs. Knocked down. Should give him a look at the pin.
And again, even if the players hit these tree limbs, it's not the worst thing because they still will have a clean look to the green. As we're going to pull up Simon Lizotte's metric stats here. Let's have Avery break it down for everybody. Tell them what it's all about.
Simon Lizotte started the round 4-5 back of the lead to Paul McBeth, and currently only one down for the round. One thing he's been struggling with is putting percentage inside the circle. Known as one of the better putters in the world, he's definitely been struggling on a few two putts. Lots of greens hits, lots of opportunities, but just not capitalizing. I'm not sure if he was quite prepared for the tournament this weekend with the putter, but his drives can make up for that, and we look forward to these next 6 holes for him to bring an aggressive play style like he's used to.
Like you said, Simon Lizotte known for being a very aggressive putter. He likes to go for shots, sometimes more often than he should. And it seems that that's the one component that's keeping him separated from the rest of the field. And we're here at the drop zone. The lead card is going to use proper golf etiquette and wait for the chase card to tee off on the parallel fairway on the par 4, hole 14. Looks like Dana Vici throwing a textbook shot right up the gut, setting himself up in a nice position for the approach to the green. As the chase card walks, got a good gallery out here on this beautiful Saturday in La Mirada, California. And this is the SoCal weather that everybody loves and expects.
It's good to see the battle atop the leaderboards with the first, second, and third cars. Some big scores happening out here. Paul McBeth up by 4 strokes currently, but still making it a battle. As you guys tune in today to see some great disc golf action.
Paul McBeth, obviously your 4-time world champion, 4 consecutive world championships in a row. And this is really the formula. If you want to take McBeth down, you need to play less rounds. You need to give him less time to put distance between himself and the rest of the field.
Yeah, it's really his turn to lose. If he makes the proper adjustments and really doesn't make the mistakes, he'll take this down easily. But with Aaron's shot here on 13 going to the drop zone, it's going to set up the rest of his players on the lead card to at least capitalize on his fast stroke.
And this is a hole that he struggled with yesterday as well. He threw it OB on his second shot. Throwing it OB on the first shot is probably a worse mistake because the drop zone does not set up nicely. You have to either go very aggressive and try to plug a gap right between 2 trees on a hyzer, or you have to lay up and just accept the fact that you're probably going to bogey. See what Paul McBeth does as he approaches the drop zone, throwing his third shot. He's going aggressive with it.
Hit the base of the basket, line drive, fired it outside right side, trying to attack the pin, hit the base, and skipped out the back. He'll take it 1 meter in from that OB line for a tap-in 5.
And wow, talk about accuracy. A little higher and he'd be sitting in chains running to pick the disc up from the basket. You can't really get much better than that, but on that very small island green, like we can't stop talking about, that hurts just as much as it helps to be accurate. Up next, Simon Lazat. The other 3 competitors on the card have a very tight grouping here on the fairway.
We got a close call here on the front out of bounds line. He threw a mid-range outside wide, caught the tree just a bit as it continued to carry forward, slid on the grass, and maybe a close call on the line, front side of the green.
The tree helped him. Tree love, as we call it out here. You take it where you can get it, say thank you and move on. See if KJ can read off of Simon's shot. Approaching the green on his second shot on this par 4.
Also going mid-range, selects a different line, goes low under the branch, skips it up there, checks on the island green. Excellent play. Reason for throwing the mid-range, it's a slower traveling, and when it hits the grass, it has the opportunity to grab a lot better than a driver would.
Ricky Wasaki, known for his forehand, lining one up right here, trying to hit the gap.
Safely on the green, executed perfectly.
You could see Ricky tense up a little bit there as he threw that shot. He wasn't sure he had gotten quite enough on it. There was a little bit of wobble on that release, but just enough to sneak onto the island. Now 3 of the 4 competitors looking at birdies, trying to get 2 strokes back on Paul McBeth. As we approach this green, take a moment again. Let's thank all of our media partners that are out here. We've tried to put together just an all-star cast of media here, from Overstable Studios, Stuart Mullenberg from The Flight Record taking some excellent pictures. You got Levi Wilcox out from Innova to make all the photographic coverage of this event. Also got to thank Central Coast Disc Golf and Joe Mez Productions for teaming up with us to give you play-by-play action in addition to this live coverage. Here's KJ Nivo for birdie.
Dead center, awesome birdie.
You can see Simon's disc leaning on the culvert right there. But if any part of your disc is touching in bounds, you're in bounds.
Got away with one there. Fortunate break as it slid across, touching in bounds, takes a meter in, knocks down his birdie.
Take those opportunities when you can get them. Looks like all 3 of the competitors will get 2 strokes on Paul McBeth, provided he can this putt.
Yeah, with 5 holes of play, there's no room to get comfortable.
And now we're going to move on to the second par 4 of 3 on this middle set of the back 9. Avery, what does hole 14 have in store for them?
This is one of the bigger distance holes on this course. It really allows you to open up if you're a distance thrower. Measuring 574, it's a dog leg left. The longer throwers are really looking to hammer it down the fairway and get a big flare skip finishing off to the left side. If you do that, it should give you an opportunity for a clear view at the basket and a tap in 3.
And we have to one more time give a shout out to Nate Sexton. I've been saying all week, #nasty Nate. He threw this backhand roller that hit one of the first trees, and he threw about the best forehand roller I've ever seen. Curled around and was parked for birdie. Check out our day one recap on the Spin TV to see a replay of that shot. Looks like the scores are in, and Ricky Wasaki going to be first to tee on hole 14.
Cut roller outside, right side, at a straighter carry, finishing straight. Missed a tripod and a few spectators, but it remains in bounds. Way down there.
Setting up very nicely for his approach shot. Again, the roller and the air shot, both viable options on this hole. Let's see what KJ does.
Hammers it down the limb, a little high on the ceiling, catches a limb, falls to the ground, about halfway down the fairway.
Simon looking at a very aggressive line right here. He's picked his moment to make a move. Going outside, not even in the park. He wants to try to eagle this.
Oh my gosh. Incredible shot. Taking an outside Anheuser line. A shot not taken by any other pro all weekend. That's what we live for. Simon Lizotte with an aggressive move.
Paul opting for a low hyzer. Frustrated that he didn't quite get the skip he was looking for on that.
He absolutely unloaded on that shot. A good hyzer angle the whole way down the fairway. Looking to catch a skip, but the thick grass and maybe the moisture from yesterday attributed to a very short checkup, leaving him about 200, 250 to the pin.
We'll have to get around the corner to see where Simon's shot landed. But for now, let's check out the metrics breakdown of another one of the players on the lead card here, currently sitting 3 back of Macbeth. Currently sitting 6 back of Macbeth, KJ Nybo.
KJ struggling to turn around a little bit. He only has 5 green hits with 5 birdies and a couple bogeys. Only shooting 2 down for the round, trying to charge, trying to make a move. Playing very conservative, just trying to get the disc down the fairway with an opportunity for 2.
And none of the competitors off the tee are in a bad spot necessarily. That's just after what Simon has done, where he is going to look at an eagle once we get up there. Everything else just seems so short in comparison.
Wide right, hits the tree, kicks right to the right.
There's a little tailwind coming over the left shoulders, pushing it out a little bit to the right. You can see it pushed it straight into that tree, and he's going to have to get up and down for par. Here's Paul Macbeth in the middle of the gap. Let's see how he approaches this.
Absolutely beautiful. A nice high turnover Atlas shot. Nova, as he turns it over, puts it right underneath the basket.
And you can tell there's a tension in the air all of a sudden as these last couple shots have happened. This is a moment that Simon has taken to try to get strokes on Macbeth and really close that gap. It's very palpable here in the gallery.
Next up, we have Ricky Wasaki. Started off with the roller. Carried a lot straighter than he wanted to. Put a lot of angle, and it just didn't tail off to the left side. Straighter finish. He's got a few trees to navigate. Low ceiling. He's going to have to really punch this shot low and hope to get skip up by the pin.
See if he opts for that forehand route. The left side is a little bit more open to the pin from his angle.
For the folks at home, this roadway here is in bounds.
A forehand roller approaching the pin. Wow.
As we continue up the fairway, we're still trying to find Simon's shot. Big turnover out over the properties that border the park. Back inbounds late. And I absolutely killed it. This is what he lives for. He's a trick shot master through and through, but you get a gallery around him, he likes to show off.
KJ, probably 100, 120 feet from the pin on the approach. Easy putter.
Should be an easy up and down for par. As we approach, we finally got to Simon's drive, sitting about 70, 75 feet from the basket. He's going to be running an eagle, folks.
These are the big moments. Simon Lizotte almost getting an eagle on the par 4, just getting the cage, just a little bit more height needed, but that's an easy drop-in birdie.
As he looks over the camera saying, almost, low right side, still there for a tap-in birdie.
I think if he had 10 times to do that over, he would throw the same shot the next 9. Ricky cleaning up a nice birdie after the forehand roller approach.
Easy tapping birdie for Macbeth.
And we are on Championship Saturday out here. This is the 2016 La Mirada Open, the inaugural event of the Disc Golf World Tour. As we go to the third par 4 on this back 9. Avery, tell us a little bit about this.
Wait for the Harley to get out of the way. Hole 15, measuring 607. It plays uphill using the contour sloping hills of the land back here. It's a par 4. It's a very long hole. Low ceiling. You see a lot of players opting to throw their roller or the cut roller, trying to get way down the fairway, trying to leave themselves an easier second shot. Got a Mando just off the tee pad to keep the players down to the left side. Very difficult hole. One of the hardest holes on the course, but also one of the most beautiful. I look for the players to really give this challenge.
And so we're here at the scoring station as we let the gallery get in place here. One of the scoring stations for our live scoring. Again, shout out discgolfworldtour.com where you can see all of the live stats and metrics for your favorite players. This is how we bring it to you. We have stations across the course, so we're going to take a moment here just to make sure that everything's prim and proper and check on the chase card as they are still playing on this hole. And wow, that moment by Simon. You just have to pick your moments in these championship rounds and just kind of let it all hang out and go for it.
Like I said, he lives for the show. As the gallery continues to build later in the holes, you get around spectators, the fans. He likes to entertain. He's a showman through and through. And when he saw the opportunity to throw that shot, I didn't see that shot. I'm not sure if Macbeth saw that shot, but it's a very risky shot, risk reward, and he waited out to try to give himself an eagle on that hole.
And let's take a look at the scoreboard real quick. I'm going to pop that up for you. Paul McBeth is still your leader. We have only a few holes left to play on this 3-round event out here at La Mirada. A lot of different variances in the scores. Avery, what are we looking at?
After his birdie on hole 14, Macbeth extends his lead to 3 strokes over Ricky Wysocki and 4 strokes over Bobby Music. Simon's birdie right there still put him back at 5 back. Paul McBeth and Simon at 3 under for the round. Wysocki on a pretty good tear at 6 under. And Bobby Music with currently the hot round at 7 under. And, Nate Doss killing it on the backside. 8 under par. Really making a move. Currently tied for 5th with Will Schustrick.
And as we wait here on the tee, we're going to take another moment to shout out to one of our sponsors, Grip Equipment, making the best disc golf bags in the game. Grip Equipment is releasing a special edition of their BX 15 or 16 model for the Disc Golf World Tour. It's in all black and yellow. The zipper pulls, I was playing with the bag earlier. It really does feel nice. It's right in between their A and their C size. So it's great for one of those casual rounds. Probably a little less than you would carry out here at a big tournament like this, but great for your weekend rounds, and we thank Grip Equipment for all of their support on the Disc Golf World Tour. And you're watching a little bonus coverage of the chase card right now as they are throwing their approach shots on this par 4 dogleg right.
Richie, I'm going to need a clear soon. Or should I follow or what? Someone tell me something here.
And we're back here still waiting on the tee for the lead card to tee off on this par 4 hole 15. La Mirada, so much history in the game.
Yeah, second oldest disc golf course in the world. Prime venue for the first Disc Golf World Tour event. This course has been around since 1976. This is going to be the 40th anniversary of the La Mirada course, so it's completely historic within the disc golf culture. And it's been 38 years since the first La Mirada Open. I gave out some history earlier in the week. Henry Robinson was your first champion of the La Mirada Open, winning a 3-hole playoff. He's a local from here, also including Sam Ferrens, Craig Leyva, Dave Donapace, Steve Valencia, Dan Mangoni. Just so many great champions of disc golf have came from this venue right here. You may say it produces champions. It trials and tests every facet of your game, and to be the best player, you need to navigate through all 18 of these very difficult holes.
It's only fitting that the tour designed to challenge the best in the world starts where so many of the best in the world originally hailed from. Again, you're watching Spin TV. This is the 2016 La Mirada Open. We're almost ready here on the tee of hole 15. Scoot out the way and get ready for some more disc golf action. Waiting on the marshals, using latest and greatest radio walkie-talkie technology here. Going to make sure that all the competitors and the spectators are clear. Safety obviously being a number one priority as this park is very busy, especially during the weekend. So many people coming out and enjoying not only disc golf, but many of the multi-use facilities that exist in this park. And we'll give an unofficial sponsor shout out, the Los Angeles County, and all the staff at the park here have just been phenomenal in helping us facilitate this event and allowing us to really do what we do and bring you not only this great event, but this great coverage. So thank you to everybody involved, all the volunteers, the behind-the-scenes people. You are greatly appreciated, even if you're not always seen. Here on hole 15, Ricky Wysocki, who's held the box for most of this back nine, to tee off.
Wow, a little apprehensive. You put a lot of cut angle on that disc, trying to roll it underneath the low ceiling up the hill. Ended up tailing off left. It got a good ways down the fairway. Might be a difficult second shot.
Simon Lazat, after going very aggressive on this last hole, let's see what he does here.
Same thing as Ricky's. Took an errant bounce as a jump left, continued cut angle, and it did carry on as it flipped over a good ways down the fairway. Should be backside hill. May give him a look at the bin.
Current leader, Paul Macbeth.
Whoa. Absolutely laces it down the center. Good angle. Gets it upright. Finishes right side. We'll see what that leaves him.
Sometimes being first to tee, you don't get to have the advantage that Paul had right there of seeing the other disc and making the adjustment. Hit the gap perfectly. All four players electing for the roller. That one spot keeps jumping the disc up into the air.
Yeah, he took it real close to that tree on the left side. May have caught a root. Very consistent player. Very precision shot. Just got unfortunate by nicking that tree.
Now let's go to some of the aerial footage that we've been showing you over the last couple days. Got to thank Terra Firma Media Group. They're producing the live broadcast for us all weekend. Their experience in producing these disc golf live broadcasts is unmatched, and we appreciate them contributing their efforts here. The aerials of this very difficult par 4, slight dog leg right, hole 15.
Justin, make sure you get Paul.
We're approaching the fairway here where 3 of the 4 competitors, the little jump skip on those rollers, have left them in a little bit of a tougher position up to this pin. They got to still navigate up over this ridge, but the gap out to the left is the safe play.
Still playing with this hillside. Up the hill, low ceiling, high percentage shot is out to the left, tailing back to the right, finishing to the pin. A lot of players elect to throw the forehand as it's a natural finishing shot.
KJ rising up as it goes up the ridge, hits right into that guardian tree, and he's going to have to get up and down for par now. Still searching to find who the next player to throw will be. In a little bit of a blind spot with some of these cameras. Looks like it will be Simon. And Avery, clarify this for us. And out of the PDGA rulebook, Simon is allowed to move this branch.
Yeah, he ended up finding some brush over here, a down limb in the fairway. His roller ended up checking up and hitting that limb. And by rule, you're able to remove that branch and remove it from your stance if it is unattached.
And it does seem that after some conferring, Ricky will be next to go. Ricky going up to check the angle. If you can see the lights from the baseball diamond in the distance, that's sort of the gap that these players are trying to hit and then get back right just under the cover of the tree limbs where the basket sits. So Ricky's going to line up a right-hand forehand shot here. carrying a little bit far to the right. And it's a big mistake by Ricky Wasaki, as it seems initially to be indicated that he is out of bounds on his upshot.
Whoa, not the move you want to make when you're chasing the leader.
Simon electing for a backhand, throwing a little flex angle on it. Light claps from the gallery.
This just in. Through 17 holes, Nate Doss is 9 under par, currently tied for fourth. Making big moves right now.
And Paul McBeth's second shot here is a little bit better viewing angle of the basket from his lie. Low line, looking for a skip.
Absolutely laced it. Right now, you need to keep the pedal to the metal. Up by 3 strokes with 3 holes to play. You need to get your birdies because people are making moves out here.
A dagger of a shot this late in the round. This may change how some of the competitors play these remaining 3 holes.
Excellent upside by KJ. That should be a easy tap in par. Taiwan making moves. Paul McBeth's in the lead. Second place, Ricky Wasaki 3 strokes back. Bobby Music seems to be stalling out, taking pars on the last 4 holes.
So we're approaching the green here. And if the tension was palpable 2 holes ago, it's definitely palpable now. Simon needs this putt with only 3 holes left to play to stay relevant in this race.
There's an unfortunate break right there. Ricky got a little aggressive. Left side actually curled around the fence. That's going to be out of bounds.
And if he doesn't make this putt, then some podium spots become wide open for the taking.
Money. This guy is deadly with the putter.
That never was in doubt.
Simon Lizotte, he's been down here looking at birdie for the first 2 rounds. Let's see if he can convert this on the 3rd round.
Another weak side chain out.
This hole's been avoiding him all week. He's had his chances. It's all came down to the upshot, keeping it close, and tickles left side chain.
Paul McBeth casually walks up to grab that birdie. Extend his lead over Ricky and Simon. And KJ, who will all par this hole. Three holes left to play. It seems that Paul McBeth has a pretty solid grasp on the lead. But with 17 looming, the par 4 island, which bit the entire lead card yesterday and everybody bogeyed, you still have to navigate both of these tricky holes coming up. We're going to move into position on hole 16, and as we do, we've got to thank another one of our huge contributing sponsors to the Disc Golf World Tour, Disc Mania and Disc Golf Park. It's all in the family. UC Maresma's equipment company and his course design firm. Disc Golf Park is a total solution for all of your disc golf needs. Course design, mapping services, the best tee pads in the world, the artificial turf tee pads, which are on display out here at all World Tour events, as well as the Disc Golf Park baskets and Discmania sponsoring athletes like Simon Lizotte, Eagle McMahon, and Dana Vici, who's playing very, very well and made the lead card today. So thank you to Discmania and Disc Golf Park for contributing to the vision of a better future for disc golf with a more professional tour. So we're getting into position here. The chase card is teeing off on hole 17, and hole 16 is really a birdie you want to try to grab.
Absolutely. 340 feet from tee pad to basket. Slight downhill slope to the right side. Right-handed players like to play a driver, hyzer side, let check up on the hillside, back to the basket.
A very tricky green here, as you can roll out of bounds very easily if your disc catches edge. OB is only about 34 feet from the basket at its closest. Marshall's getting the lead card into place as we await their drives here on hole 16. Paul McBeth should be first to tee with the birdie on hole 15. And that is a champion level shot right there. He is only about 10 feet from the basket. And that's going to be a hard act to follow for Ricky Wasaki, who's second to tee. Oh, and Ricky Wasaki has seemingly thrown out of bounds. Next up, Simon Lizotte. Simon's a little short with a guardian tree in the way. The hero putt, he'll need to get a birdie here, but he's no stranger to those moments with KJ Nybo on the tee last.
Wow, catching an early tree. This hole seems to be playing a lot harder than it actually has in the past. All players except McBeth back far from the pin, with Ricky Wasaki thrown out of bounds.
And here, let's check out the bird's eye, the aerial footage on hole 16, part of the coverage we're bringing you this weekend. And as we're flying over, tell us the real trick of this hole, Avery.
It's really about a strong commitment to the hyzer line and the hyzer angle. You might throw a fairway driver with some good speed, low ceiling, playing it out wide to the right and letting it check back to the basket on the hillside. 341 feet. You really want to attack this pin. Even if you do go farther past, it's still a wide open putt back to the basket.
It looks like KJ or Ricky will be first to throw, depending on the spot. We're waiting now with using proper golf etiquette once again, letting the forward hole play. Gallery loves the shot to the green right there.
As I look back at this league card, all of these players in different situations have faced off for some major championship titles. When I look at Paul and Simon, they faced off at the 2015 Aussie Open. Look at Paul McBeth and Ricky Wasaki facing off in a very heated battle in a playoff at the 2014 World Championships in Portland, Oregon. And you look back to 2 years ago, Paul McBeth and KJ battling it out at Järva Disc Golf Course in Stockholm, Sweden for the European Masters. So all of these players have run-ins, and they're always on the league card, giving it a battle, going for those titles.
Some of the great rivalries in our sport have developed over the past years, as Avery's saying, and It's culminating right now in the first Disc Golf World Tour event here at La Mirada as we watch KJ Nybo to approach the green on 16.
Played absolutely perfectly. He played a putter, soft, short, good hyzer angle as it hit short, right side, checking back to the basket.
Taking advantage of the shorter grass right up around that basket, which is shaded by the tree a little bit. Smart play from the 10-time Danish champion, Ricky Wasaki, throwing his third shot after penalty.
Ricky taking a meter off the fence after his errant first shot. His third shot, a little long, leaving about 15 to 17 feet back to the basket.
Also opting to throw a putter there so it checks up on the hillside.
Richie, I'm waiting for your clear.
And Simon Lizotte, the lone man to challenge Paul for a birdie on this hole. This would be no easy feat. This would be a trick shot in and of itself.
Yeah, he's stymied up there between the fence and the trees. I'm not sure if he has a direct line. Let's see if this trick shot master maybe takes a little hyzer skip to the basket, trying to make something happen this late in the round.
And if he needed the birdie on this last hole, he definitely needs it right now. And he did seem to go for it right there, got kicked by the tree, but he will have an open putt, though not an easy putt, to try to save par. Looks like Simon will still be up. Facing a death putt with only 2 more holes to play.
A glance off the chains and out again. He's had a trouble with the putter, like I said. He's 2-putted on a few holes, and with that shot into the tree that kicked him back, it left him a harder third shot for par.
And if you're Simon Lizotte's coach, you know exactly what you got to have him work on. Doing that right there, what Ricky Wasaki did, saving his bogey with a great putt in that left to right cross to the slight uphill on hole 16.
There's Simon Lizotte for bogey. With Paul McBeth first on the tee on this hole, I think he put a lot of pressure on the remaining 3 players by sticking the shot into the green, 12-foot putt, there for birdie.
Something he's known for doing, picking that moment and just putting the foot on the neck, putting pressure on the rest of his card mates as KJ taps in there for his 3. We're going to go to a quick set of commercials. We'll be right back with holes 17 and 18 on the Disc Golf World Tour.
Bodies turned around. We're facing each other, shooting each other.
18. Let's check out some of the aerial footage of this hole. Avery, tell us what we're looking at here.
Hole 17 coming down the stretch. Very unique hole as we have a separated fairway to an island green. Measuring at 617 feet, par 4, slight side hill contours. First shot, you're trying to throw about a 350-foot shot, either a backhand putter or mid-range, or a forehand shot trying to land to the back left corner of the fairway, which is going to open up a higher percentage shot for either a turnover or a forehand to the green. A 10-meter green at that. Very tight as that basket's tucked forward and to the right. Very difficult hole. Got to make it happen.
And we're back here again, waiting on hole 17. Hole 18, as golf courtesy would say. We're going to let them play through, let the chase card play through, take a little glimpse at their scores, and see Macbeth has built a little bit of a comfortable lead right here. I don't know if there's anything else any of these competitors can do at this point.
Yeah, he's up by 6 strokes over second place, being Music and Wasaki with that birdie on 16. Up by 6 with 2 to play. I could see some conservative play out of him, playing in the fairway, keeping it safe, another short approach to the green, and if he just keeps it in bounds, he can walk this one in.
And we're going to hope to see some aggressive play, maybe somebody going for the island on hole 17. We love to see those kinds of shots. Let's see if any of the showmen like Simon Lazat can make that happen as we watch approach to the green on hole 18 here. We'll get you back to some disc golf momentarily. And let's take a quick look at the leaderboard. Checking out some of the scores coming in. I believe Nate Doss is still looking at the hot round. Avery, what do we got here?
So Nate Doss was perfect through the front and back. He ended up getting half the holes, shooting a 9 under par, 54, which moved him into 15 under. Tied with Will Strustrick and Dave Felberg for 4th place.
And we're so happy you're back here with us at the beautiful La Mirada Gold Course at here, a UC Maresma and Austin Montgomery design here in La Mirada, California, at the inaugural Disc Golf World Tour event. I am Jamie Thomas, the host of Spin TV, and alongside me, my co-commentator Avery Jenkins. If you're just tuning in, the action is still going on. We have the world's favorite up in first place, and we have some of the other guys chasing for those podium spots. And remember, at this point, it's not just about who wins the event, but the placing order is very important because these players will earn World Tour ranking points and establish momentum this early in their professional touring season.
Yeah, it's great to see the World Tour kick off the way it has. 116 players from 9 countries, including U.S., Germany, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Australia, New Zealand, Hungary, and Switzerland. A truly global event for the 2016 inaugural event, the La Mirada Open.
And we thank you for being here, and without further ado, let's get to more of the action with 2 holes to play, hole 17. Getting the green flag. He was worried there for a moment. KJ Nybo next to tee. Currently 9 strokes behind Paul with 2 to play.
And he gets a green flag on that one, pushing the edge, the back edge of this fairway.
Ricky Wasaki also opting for the backhand putter layup right in the center of the fairway, setting up his next shot to the green.
is what I've been waiting for, right here.
And Simon Lazat needing a flex.
Saying that was going to be good as he throws a big, towering distance shot. Anheuser trying to reach the green in one.
If you can count on nothing else in a tournament where Simon Lazat is playing, you can count on him being an entertainer through and through. Once again, this is the Disc Golf World Tour's inaugural event out here at the 2016 La Mirada Open. Make sure you guys are following us on social media. On Facebook, the Disc Golf World Tour page. Like and subscribe. We're going to keep you up to date on all of the pretty much up-to-date videos we're putting out, all the content, the interaction. Avery and I have been doing some Facebook Live sessions behind the scenes. We are going to try to do one in a little bit once the ceremonies have started. So if you want to get an up-close and personal behind-the-scenes feel with Avery and I, make sure you're following him on Facebook and also follow the Disc Golf World Tour. Use the hashtag DGWT and hashtag La Mirada Open. Looks like Ricky Wasaki will be the first to throw. And Ricky has executed a forehand perfectly, setting up for a birdie on 17.
As we recently saw Paul Macbeth's scorecard there, he has 9 for the first 16 green hits. Struggled with the putter a bit on 5, 6, and 7, missing inside the circle. For this round is 82%, 90%, 92% inside the circle putting percentage for the tournament right at this point.
And he will be next to throw. A shot that gave him a little bit of trouble yesterday in the elements. Hitting the tree, flashing the ring.
Absolutely laced this shot. He was not coming up short this time.
And KJ Nybo is just barely in bounds with that disc touching short of the painted line.
Yeah, he got away with one this time.
He needs it to hold. Waiting for the flag. Looks to be good.
As we're looking at Paul Macbeth's stats, he's been phenomenal with the putter most of the week. Like I said, he struggled today, 5, 6, and 7 3-holes in a row where he missed putts inside the circle. But for most of the point, he has a very high putting percentage. Here's Simon taking his drop after this big, heroic first shot tee that went out of bounds.
And it's a beautiful day out here at La Mirada. Thank you guys again for tuning in. This is coverage of the 2016 La Mirada Open on Spin TV. I am your host, Jamie Thomas, alongside Avery Jenkins. And we are almost done with this one. 17 holes of this round are in the books, 53 of 54. And we're actually going to bring up Paul Macbeth's matrix now. So let's check out his disc golf metrics stats. Avery, break it down for him one more time. Show us what we're looking at and what it tells the audience.
Yeah, this was one of his toughest rounds so far, even these ideal conditions. Currently sitting at 5 under par for the round. 4 penalty strokes. That currently stands out as giving him some trouble today. He hasn't been clean down the fairway. Took 2 OBs on 13, being that island hole. And overall, he's been putting really good. Struggled a little bit earlier in the round, but right now he's got a very comfortable lead, leading by 6 strokes over Music and Wasaki. And I see him walking this one in.
And if you want to see round coverage, play by play, shot by shot, hole by hole, make sure you have a discgolfworldtour.com account, as it seems that KJ was actually out of bounds. He had just slid out, and he has to go to the drop zone for his next shot. KJ, nice easy approach to the green with a putter there. Should be no problem to clean that up. Simon to save par.
This just in, Bobby Music birdies 18 to shoot 8 down for the round, closing within 5 strokes of Macbeth for second place.
Ricky Wasaki gets his birdie there.
That should also move Ricky Wasaki into tied for second with Music.
Bobby Music, somebody you can never count out in any event out at La Mirada, no matter how big or how small. And that is hole 17. We have one to play. We're going to go set up on the green of hole 18, where a champion will be crowned. Barring something crazy, I think we can guess who's going to be the champion of the inaugural event. But second place, as Avery is saying, is in no way decided. Bobby Music, Ricky Wasaki. We'll be right back with the final hole, the crowning moments, and some interviews and more on the Disc Golf World Tour. We'll be right back.
Disc Golf Park, a natural way to create sports facilities. One of the world's fastest growing sports, disc golf offers a fun and athletic experience for people of all ages, no matter their performance level. It is an activity the whole family can enjoy and easy to learn. Disc Golf Park is an overall concept for establishing a safe, highly functional, and diverse disc golf course. A professionally designed course comes complete with disc catcher baskets, throwing pads, and a signage system. Constructing a 9-hole disc golf course requires only about 10 acres of land and can be completed within a few months. Designing a disc golf course calls for a professional. An experienced course designer adds real value to the project while considering the needs of all the parties involved. Disc Golf Park offers a complete sports facility where people are able to engage in the sport on their own. On-course safety is ensured by throwing pads and an effective signage system. A disc golf course can be established practically anywhere, in a park, next to a school, in an outdoor recreation area, or in the woods. The cost of establishing a disc golf course is only a fraction of the cost of many other sports facilities. Best of all, a disc golf course can be built with minimum environmental impact. Disc Golf Park, a natural way to create sports facilities.
And we're back with one hole to play at the inaugural Disc Golf World Tour event. This is the 2016 La Mirada Open. The race for the championship is all but decided. Second place yet to be determined. Let's go live to 18. Paul Macbeth, barring any major catastrophes, should walk this one in on hole 18. Looking for the roll back in off the backboard. Should be out of bounds there, but no problem to clean that up. Ricky Wasaki with a roller. Beautifully done with a little tester.
Yeah, it was a very unique shot to see him pull away from the higher percentage shot being the hyzer and just giving his shot a little flair.
Simon, Big, Annie. Looking for the sign. The gallery refuses to give the sign. They don't want to be responsible for the call, it seems. KJ Nybo, last to tee on hole 18.
Nice low line shot, maybe a little low and a little sawed off. Should be at circle's edge.
And as the gallery walks up hole 18 with our competitors, one more time, shout out the major sponsors, contributors to the Disc Golf World Tour: Innova Champion Discs, Dude Clothing, Grip Equipment, Disc Golf Park, Discmania, West Coast Disc Golf. Thank you guys so much for everything you're doing. Disc golfers that are watching this, please support them. They have just put in a tremendous amount of time and effort into making this the best it can possibly be. And as we come close to the close of this broadcast, Avery and I have to personally thank each and every person from our media crew who have worked tirelessly throughout this whole week to provide you the best possible coverage behind all the scenes. Thank you guys. We could not have done this without you. And we're going to watch Simon Lizotte try to throw a nice jump putt in here to save his par.
As that putt sails wide right from about 55 feet, this should be an easy tap in for par.
KJ, a big outside the circle putt there.
He slams it home. Way to finish the tournament, way to finish the round.
We'll see if he can get one more stroke on the field, see where that lands him. And this could be the putt to determine second place. And Ricky has hit the cage on the most crucial putt of his round so far. Simon's going to tap in for his bogey. And keep in mind, folks, that if there is a playoff in the top three, we will go to sudden death.
With Ricky's stone wall in the front of the cage, that's going to put him in a tie for second with music.
And no doubt about it, your 2016 La Mirada Open champion of the inaugural Disc Golf World Tour event is Paul McBeth.
Paul off to a magical start this season, winning both the Wintertime Open, the Memorial, and now the World Tour event at La Mirada Open.
And let's bring Paul in here really quick. Yeah, please say. Paul and KJ, great sportsmen and competitors shaking hands. Paul, fresh off your first victory here at the World Tour event, the first inaugural Disc Golf World Tour event, how do you feel in this moment right now?
I feel great. I need to let it soak in a little bit, but it's a great feeling. I'm so close to home. I have family here, so this is awesome.
And what was the key to success in today's round? You came in with a big lead, gave up some of that after the front nine. How did you pull it together in the back nine?
Just keep it together, basically. I knew I had a little cushion, and this back nine's been really strong for me. So it was really coming into these back holes, get the birdies when I can, and not worry about the bogeys because they're going to happen.
Tell us about that moment on 16 when you had to put the pressure on the rest of your card mates and really seal this victory for yourself.
Yeah, 16 was just making up for a mistake I had yesterday. I threw a little too hard, took a little bit off today, let it run on that green because it does slope down a little bit. So, yeah, just make up for the mistake I had yesterday.
Great job all weekend. Go tally your scores, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Will do. Thank you.
And it seems that there will be a playoff pending the official scores being tallied. As per tournament director UC Maresma, any ties in the top three will result in a playoff starting on hole 17. So for right now, we're going to go to commercials while these guys sort out their scores, and we'll be right back with some bonus golf. This is Spin TV. I'm Jamie Thomas, Avery Jenkins on the Disc Golf World Tour.
When athletes compete at the top level of their sport, it takes passion, skill, focus, and hard work to win. It seems only appropriate that the trophies awarded to them should reflect the same qualities. I wanted to make something distinctive and different for this event. The trophies combine ancient Italian techniques with new ideas and materials. One of the most enjoyable things about hand-blown glass is the process through which it is created. Hot glass has to be kept turning at all times. Adding a bearing to the finished piece means that even after it is cold, it will keep spinning, giving a little taste of what it was like when it was being crafted.
Disc Golf Park, a natural way to create sports facilities. One of the world's fastest growing sports, disc golf offers a fun and athletic experience for people of all ages, no matter their performance level. It is an activity the whole family can enjoy and easy to learn. Disc Golf Park is an overall concept for establishing a safe, highly functional, and diverse disc golf course. A professionally designed course comes complete with disc catcher baskets, throwing pads, and a signage system. Constructing a 9-hole disc golf course requires only about 10 acres of land and can be completed within a few months. Designing a disc golf course calls for a professional. An experienced course designer adds real value to the project while considering the needs of all the parties involved. Disc Golf Park offers a complete sports facility where people are able to engage in the sport on their own. On-course safety is ensured by throwing pads and an effective signage system. A disc golf course can be established practically anywhere, in a park, next to a school, in an outdoor recreation area, or in the woods. The cost of establishing a disc golf course is only a fraction of the cost of many other sports facilities. Best of all, a disc golf course can be built with minimum environmental impact. Disc Golf Park, a natural way to create sports facilities.
And we're back here at the inaugural Disc Golf World Tour event. This is the 2016 La Mirada Open. Paul McBeth has been crowned the champion of this first Disc Golf World Tour event, but we have some bonus golf for you. Avery, tell us what's happening right now.
So as of that last hole, with Ricky missing that putt for birdie, it goes into a tie for second with Bobby Music. Ricky Wysocki, Bobby Music, playing hole 17 and 18 in a continuous loop. Sudden death, trophies only. The cash will be split for second, but they're playing for trophies. This is a new added feature for the World Tour.
And also the World Tour rankings points are on the line here. So without further ado, let's get ready for some bonus golf. This is hole 17, Bobby Music and Ricky Wysocki at the 2016 La Mirada Open. Ricky Wysocki here from Fort Mill, South Carolina, originally hailing from Ohio. And Bobby Music is the local legend.
Yeah, this is on local ground right here. Growing up just across the street from La Mirada Disc Golf Course, he's played this course thousands of times in different configurations, obviously, and elaborated longer layout for the World Tour event.
And here is Bobby Music, first on the box. Waiting for the sign from the spotters that was challenging the OB. Have to wait and see, as Ricky is next to throw.
Yeah, it's very critical to get this first shot in bounds to continue to push this play off.
Ricky has landed safe in bounds, but he's a little bit high on the fairway on that right side, making that approach to the green a little more tough.
Yeah, you're talking about Ricky from South Carolina, but we all know where he comes from. He claims Ohio. Back in the OH, he actually came from my home course. Me, Val, my parents, Team Jenkins. He was a local kid raised in the neighborhood, and I've always been a big Ricky Wysocki fan. And it's great to see him playing at such a high level over the last couple of years. Ranked number 2 in the Disc Golf World Tour, and battling the La Mirada local, Bobby Music. This is what the locals came out for, to support the local player.
And Bobby Music was out of bounds, so he will take a penalty stroke and be throwing 3. Ricky Wysocki, known for his deadly forehand.
Guys, stop walking.
He needs this to get on the green. Misses short right side from the fairway. That's going to move him to the drop zone.
And things stay interesting. That is the break Bobby Music needed at this point in the playoff. He will be throwing his 3rd shot to the green.
Bobby's able to get up and down from here, put it on the green, and make the putt for the par, he will win this playoff. That's on the line, folks. Wide right side. That may be in bounds.
It does not get much better than this, even though Paul was able to walk in with a victory at this inaugural event. We are still waiting to see the official call on Bobby Music's second shot. He was throwing 3 from the fairway, as Ricky Wasaki will have to approach the drop zone here. There is no room for error on Ricky's part.
I think it's the line.
Ricky looking to make that shot, trying to save his par.
Flashing across the face of the basket, almost throwing one in. Asking for the call. UC Maresma is marshaling. Waiting to see, we're in a little bit of a holding pattern here, waiting to see who's going to throw. Both Bobby and Ricky needing an official call right here.
Yeah, Bobby's third shot after taking his OB stroke on his drive. Laces his shot with a slight turnover, carrying to the right. It looks to be checked up right up on the line. It's going to be a close call to the right side of the basket.
It looks as if he is in bounds. This putt to take second place. Bobby Music pending the official scorecards being turned in and tallied. Should be second place at the 2016 La Mirada Open as Ricky picks up his putter.
So Bobby Music, second place.
There's the official announcement from UC Maresma. Bobby Music will be your second place. We're going to try to get Bobby Music standing by here. Bobby, come on in here. Bobby Music, it came down to a playoff. What's going through your mind? You throw out of bounds off the tee. What's going through your mind as you approach that?
At that point, I threw a soft putter, throwing it off the tee, thinking I'm just going to set it in bounds, and then we'll focus on that. Off the tee, I go be automatically fuming. But at the same time, I know he put it in. If he misses that, it's an automatic 5. If I put it up close, I get a 4, 5. So the ball was in my court, actually. By throwing it, OB actually benefited me right off the tee.
And there's maybe nobody else out here in this top 20 in this field who has played this course as many times as you, been in these dog fights to get these podium spots as many times as you. What does this mean to you to play second right behind Paul McBeth on the first World Tour event?
It means a lot because I grew up here and from the 90s watching all this grow up, and now that UC's bringing it back to my home course, I can't ask for any more. I love it. I love it all. I thank Discmania and UC for everything they've done out here and putting this course together. It was beautiful. It was one of the best courses that I've played in the last 5-6 years. It's by far the fairest course too.
Well, congratulations on the second place finish. We look forward to seeing more great things out of you this year on the World Tour. This is Bobby Music. He is your second place finisher at the 2016 La Mirada Open. The locals love him. And again, I'm Jamie Thomas. This is Avery Jenkins. We're so blessed to have been here in front of you guys, calling all the live action. Thank you for tuning in at home. Thank you to our media crew. Thank you to UC, the whole course staff, for everything you've done. This is Spin TV signing out for the Disc Golf World Tour, the 2016 La Mirada Open.
Yeah!